Hey guys, so YouTube has officially approved this channel for members. Hit that join button to become a member, and there you will get member exclusive content such as polls, monthly Q&As, member exclusive videos, and I will come to you guys to figure out exactly what videos you want to see next on this channel. Please consider becoming a member to directly support this channel. You know how things are, the YouTube algorithm is not in my favor in any way, shape, or form. Anyway guys, this channel has been growing so much and so quickly, and that's because of you. Seriously, if you guys weren't here, I would continue to make videos just talking into the ether with nobody watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, and out of everyone on the platform, thank you so much for listening to what I have to say. And don't worry, for those of you that don't decide to become a member or don't decide to become a member just yet, nothing is going to change. Everything on the channel is going to be exactly the same. All right, well, let's get into the video. See you there. Here it is, guys. Let's check out the trailer for Venom, Let There Be Carnage. And as you guys know, I was just talking about how I wanted to see Venom in more films as of very recently, like this week. I love Venom. I love the symbiotes. They are my favorite thing in Marvel, period. And let's check out this trailer, and afterwards we will discuss, because I'm excited. Right into it. That's okay. Wow. Rules: no eating people. Eddie Brock's living like a mess.
I say either. You say either.
They're definitely very close now.
Neither.
Venom's doing his best to cook. Oh my god. He tried.
Excuse me?
he tried though.
Yummy.
Venom tried. I love the relationship they have already.
Good evening, Eddie.
Hey, Mrs. Chen.
Good evening, Venom.
Function hall, Mrs. Chen.
He says hi.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
I've been thinking about you, Eddie.
Two can be as bad as
Cletus Cassidy.
one. It's the loneliest number.
Because you and I are the same.
Yep. This year only in theater.
Every decision we ever make.
Okay, yeah. Venom's still an anti-hero, so still eating people, even though there's probably a bad guy. Is that the Daily Bugle?
Behind. And how do we leave them? Waiting in the darkness for the rescuer who never comes. Welcome back, Eddie Brock. It's been a long time. Miss you
Oh, thank God they cut that
so
hair.
much. Soon come chaos.
Couldn't kill him. That part's so cool.
Chaos soon come.
Oh, he looks so badass. He looks so cool.
The chocolate delivery hasn't arrived yet.
No!
We had a deal.
What's gonna happen? You gonna stop protecting me?
I am happy to eat, Mrs. Chen.
No, you cannot eat, Mrs. Chen.
What?
Nothing?
I was really hoping it would come to HBO Max. So I do need to say right off the bat, I think we're all going to enjoy the new, the growth, the character development, this newfound relationship and harmony between Venom and Eddie Brock. It's very funny to see Venom trying to cook for Eddie Brock, and as you can tell with Eddie Brock's house, he is very much still the loser. There's stuff all over the place. The house is a mess. But there may be less butting of heads between these two and more just comedic banter and them working together as a team. Thanks, Venom. I do need to say though that I hope they don't overdo it with this sort of stuff. It will be funny when it occurs, but I hope this is not throughout the entirety of the movie. Love that even the store owner also says hi to Venom, and Venom and Eddie Brock say hi to her. I thought that was a really cool scene as well. Moving forward, we get our first looks at Cletus Cassidy, who is currently locked up in Ravencroft, I believe. And for those of you that may not know, Ravencroft is where Spider-Man places his most troublesome villains. Like that's where Vulture and Dr. Octopus and Mysterio is located. But that being said, Ravencroft is a location that is found in the Spider-Man or Marvel universe. I wonder if in the future we will see some form of crossover or cameo or something. We can hope, but due to legal issues between Sony and Marvel, which I think has been resolved, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not really sure if we're ever going to see a crossover or Venom in the Marvel universe. We can hope. We can hope. With that being said, though, I do want to note that at the very beginning of this trailer, it said that this film was an affiliation with Marvel. I think that makes it, I'm not sure exactly what that means. I don't know if that means that there's going to be a lot of crossover in the future, or if it means that Sony and Marvel Studios still are not like this, and they're making it very clear cut that, you know, we're being cordial with each other at this point. So Sony can use Marvel related stuff within their Venom series, but that's about it. Either way, we're going to continue, but let's now look out for things that may hint at the Spider-Man or Marvel universe within this film. This part that's coming up I enjoyed seeing because this showcases the fact that, you know, it won't be comedy the entire movie, and Venom is still very much an anti-hero, so he's not really, you know, like Spider-Man bringing people into the police. He will just straight up kill or eat anyone that he considers a threat or whatever the case. You know, he's eating up some bad guys. This I found the most interesting. We see the Daily Bugle. So is this a hint that we may see Venom come to the Spider-Man, the Marvel universe? I would absolutely love to see that. Or this could mean that we may see a Spider-Man cameo at some point in these Sony-made Venom films. Behind him, there's a wanted sign and it reads E. Larson. When I see that, I think Eric J. Larson, who is an American comic book writer who is directly responsible for things like The Amazing Spider-Man, and he has some comics with Venom as well. In fact, Eric J. Larson is actually one of the first people to even work on Venom as a character. Eric J. Larson is the person that gave Venom the iconic long creepy tongue that he has today. Who knows, this could simply be just a wink and a nod to him. So this could be a complete reach here, but this guy, Venom going after, it looks like he's going after and wanting to eat this officer or detective here. And I say that because this is the same guy that was reading the Daily Bugle about Carnage or Cletus Cassidy before he became Carnage. So the reason Venom could be going after him may be because this officer or detective may be Mr. Patrick Mulligan or Mulligan. In the comics, Patrick Mulligan or Mulligan is the individual that later becomes the host for the symbiote Toxin, who is Toxin is Venom's grandson and Carnage's son. Also in this scene on the Daily Bugle, it reads here, the hidden victims of Cletus Cassidy. For those of you that may not know, Cletus Cassidy is the individual that goes on to become Carnage, but before he gets in touch with that symbiote, before he becomes Carnage, Cletus Cassidy is already insane. He is already out of his mind, and before his incarceration, he is already a prolific murderer, and that's why you see this here. And this is what makes Cletus Cassidy and the Carnage symbiote so dangerous, is the fact that for Cletus Cassidy to wind up incarcerated inside of Ravencroft before ever receiving the Carnage symbiote is already very impressive. But after receiving the Carnage symbiote, that is double trouble due to the fact that technically Carnage is more powerful than Venom. Where Venom has sort of the upper hand is the fact that Venom has been walking around and doing his thing on Earth a lot longer. So he is more experienced with his powers. He's more experienced with having a host. But yes, in terms of abilities, Carnage is more powerful, and that is due to the fact that any symbiote that creates offspring, the offspring is going to have more powers and more abilities and is going to be more powerful than the creator. And yes, for those of you wondering, Carnage is Venom's child. So back inside of Ravencroft, I believe right here we are looking at our first looks at another symbiote, Scream, who is another offspring of Venom. That is Venom's daughter. And yeah, we can see that right here. There goes Scream's power. So I'm assuming we're going to see two symbiotes in this film, or Scream may be like off to the side and maybe setting up another movie. I'm not really sure, but it looks like, yeah, we're getting two symbiotes in this film, and that it would be Scream and Carnage. Don't see Carnage working together with Scream. That would be very strange. So I'm assuming Venom is going to be fighting Carnage and then be like, oh shit, there's also Scream to fight as well. So Scream may be like a surprise villain towards the end of the film. I'm so happy to see that they got rid of that wild ass haircut he had in the Cletus had in the first film. Here you can see, I think, yeah, this is the scene where Cletus Cassidy is being put to death, like in the comics. Cletus Cassidy is sentenced to death, and he does in fact die, but comes back to life due to being revived by the Carnage symbiote, as you can see here. Looking a little weird, but yeah, he's revived by the Carnage symbiote. Here you can see the transformation. I'm loving the CGI. The symbiote coming out of his palms and stuff like that looks really cool. Venom's looking amazing in this film. I wonder what beef Venom has with the cop. There goes Scream, and really looking amazing here. Carnage's tendrils coming out and attacking everything, and right there we can see that that's most likely Carnage and Cletus Cassidy's prison break, when they break out of prison for the first time after Cletus Cassidy gets the Carnage symbiote, and he is looking incredible right there. He looks amazing. And this last scene here was great. As we know, they set up in the last film that Venom really likes chocolate, and love to see this dynamic here of Venom being absolutely furious about not being able to get his chocolate, because he's probably eating it all from the store. And there you have it, guys. I am super excited for this film, but predictions, Carnage is gonna get away. Carnage is way too popular. He's arguably as popular as Venom, and there's other stuff going on with Carnage in the comic books that, you know, maybe we'll see one day in the films. But as for Scream, I believe that she's going to be some kind of a side story, and she's going to be the symbiote that dies in this film, because I believe that they're going to want, you know, for high stakes, somebody's going to die in this film, and it ain't going to be Venom, and it ain't going to be Carnage. I believe, excuse me, Scream is going to die just like her brother Riot. So not only am I super excited for this film, I'm also very excited for the films that are going to be coming in the future, because in the first film, not only did they introduce us to Riot, not only did they introduce us to Scream, but they also showcased Phage and Toxin as well. I'm going to imagine we're going to get Phage next after this film, and then way in the end where it should be is Toxin, because Toxin, if you guys like read the comics, you should know that Toxin is that's Carnage's kid and Venom's grandson, and he is way more powerful than both Venom and Carnage. And I believe, I can't quite remember because it's been a while, but I believe in the comics it was both Venom and Carnage that were going after Toxin for different reasons. So we have been introduced to Riot, we've been introduced to Scream. Carnage came out of nowhere. We know we're going to get Toxin as well. Now there are two other siblings in this group. In the group of Riot, Scream, and Phage, there are also two other ones, and that is Agony and Lasher. So hopefully the Venom movies keep coming and we get to see those two, and it's a shame because they killed Riot in the first film, and what I would have loved to seen is Riot, Lasher, Scream, Agony, and Phage all combine like they do in the comics and create Hybrid. I would love to have seen Hybrid at some point, but I'm not sure if we're going to get that. So do I have any concerns about this film? Yes. My biggest one is the rating. I can't see anywhere if this movie is rated PG-13 like the previous film, like the first movie, or if it's rated R. This movie needs to be rated R so that Carnage that's going to be in this film can do what Carnage does, which is Carnage. Carnage and Cletus Cassidy, their whole thing is they like to murder people in the most gruesome ways for no other purpose than their enjoyment. That is what makes Carnage Carnage. So hopefully this movie's rated R. Hopefully we see, this sounds weird, but hopefully, you know, we see some casualties between the fight between Venom and Carnage, and Carnage doing what Carnage does. So hopefully this movie's rated R. Anyway, guys, let me know how you feel about all this in the comments section. I love you all. Let's see you in the next one. Take care.